Greetings viewers and welcome back to a new episode of Titan Repairs. On this channel, we fix our favorite consoles from our past. My name is Chris and today what we're going to be taking a look at is this mystery box. Stay tuned. So what I have inside this box are 3 game consoles that I won on an eBay auction from a Goodwill out west. And they sold them as a parts and repair lot. I honestly don't know if they work or not. I kind of just blindly bought them. But I got a pretty good deal on them, I think, as long as we can fix them, obviously. So, but today's subject of the video is going to be we're going to open up this box, we're going to take a look at what I bought, and then we're going to evaluate them for their condition, and then we'll plug them in and see if they work. Because sometimes when I get these things, they actually aren't broken. So we're going to figure that out together. So let me go get a box cutter, open this box up, and see what we got. So the last time I did one of these unboxing videos was before I built my overhead camera mount. So it's a little tight on my bench at the moment. Okay, this is actually might be all right. Alright, so a lot of packing material here. Peanuts. These always make a mess. Yeah, let me go get like some kind of trash bag for this. Alright, thankfully it doesn't look like there's a whole lot in here, so just kind of get these out. Okay, so let's take these out one at a time. I'm sure y'all, by just the shape, will know what we got in here. Let's put them on the floor for now. And 2. And then 3. This one's a heavy one. Alright, so we got 3 consoles here. I think by the shape you've all figured out by now what we got. So we'll go back overhead and unwrap these one at a time and evaluate what we got. Pretty excited here. Alright, first one's up. I do have to say, they did package these decently. I mean, more than one layer of bubble wrap would have been nice, but what can you do? At least they wrapped them. Sometimes I get these things and they don't even go that far. Just toss them in a box and call it a day. All right. Some scuffing. Scuffs on the top, which is usually pretty normal for what I get. Yeah, it looks like down here might have been some kind of liquid on where the power port is. All right, so we are missing a rubber foot. Nothing out of the ordinary of what I get. Something sticky. But the important thing for me is this warranty sticker is intact. So that means nobody's been in here before. So whatever the issue is going to be, I'll be the first one to deal with it. So I'm not going to be fixing anybody else's errors or anything like that. And for those who want to know, it's a CECH 3001A. So forget how many gigabytes that one is. Yeah, all in all, looks to be in good shape. So what we're gonna do is we'll just affix a number 1 on here, just so we can distinguish it from the other one that we're about to open. All right, now we have the second one here. Also packaged the exact same, reasonably well. Ugh, what the hell is all this? Looks like a bird took a crap on this thing. Looks like bird crap there. I think we'll call this one Spot. And aside from that, the usual scuffs and scratches. Just curious on how easily this stuff comes off. Yeah, not easily. I don't know what this stuff is. Hopefully it's not permanent, but I guess we'll have to find out when we wash this thing. You know, I have to put a rougher cleaner on this. All right, so we got a little bit of damage here. That's grimy. Again, nothing out of the ordinary. And the bottom here is beaten up. It's also a 3001A. Yeah, and it's a good thing I do have replacement rubber feet because pretty much all of them are missing. But at least the plastic caps aren't missing, so that's good. Yeah, one thing I don't like is the warranty sticker is missing, so hopefully everything is intact in here. And we got a little bit more damage over here, so clearly this console has been roughed up a little bit. It's not the worst PS3 I've ever dealt with, but it's pretty bad. All right, so this one, I don't think we are going to need it, but we'll put a number 2 on here. All right, and that brings us to the final one. Let's open this one up. Yeah, she's got some scuffs. We're going for a deeper look here. All right, so on the top we have quite a bit of scuffing. Unfortunately, some of the lettering is missing there. Yeah, this isn't really all that uncommon on the glossy plastic. Gets pretty scuffed up pretty easily. So this particular one is a CECHH01. Let's take a look at how everything looks. Well, the ports look alright, nothing looks damaged. A little dust in the Ethernet port. Bottom's also kind of scuffed up. Yeah, I mean, visually everything looks good. It's actually seems to be the better one out of any of the other ones. Just really dirty. Everything's complete, so yeah, I guess there's really not much else to say about this one. Looks, aside from the scuffs on the top here and on the bottom, doesn't look too bad. Maybe we might be able to polish this all up, I don't know. But this I do like to see. We do have the warranty seals still attached and the hard drive still there, so great. Yeah, I'll be the first one in here. Now, if I was going to be a betting man, and we'll see when I plug this in, bet you this has the yellow light of death. Usually when I get these fats in, they typically have the yellow light of death. So we'll start off with this one. Let me plug it in, and then we'll see if I'm correct on that. All right, let's turn this on and see what we got. Yep, probably should turn the TV on, too. Boot it up and be like, oh no, it's not working. Okay, what are we on, HDMI? Yep. Picture format 4:3. I'm sure it'll figure itself out. Well, that's not very promising. Let's try this again. Yeah, it just goes to the red light. All right, next one up, and I have the... might as well just plug this in. See if the USB ports work while we're at it. I know blinking lights yet. I'm not getting a signal. Oh, there it goes. Oh, okay. So, wonder if this was factory reset. And just, yeah. Yeah, whatever, user 1. I'm going to be resetting this again anyway. So far so good. We're going right to the main menu here. Alright, so I just want to go through here. I know it's been factory reset, but it doesn't look like... Yeah, it doesn't look like we got anything in here. But let's go into the settings. Let's see what we got. Alright, so this is 150 gigabytes. Software version 4.81. Okay. Alright, now the ever important question. Can it run games? So let's put in Ratchet & Clank Full Frontal Assault and see what happens. Alright, great. It plays. Well, we'll see. It at least read the disc and auto-played. I mean, that's something, right? I really need to get a different test game. This one always has to install. But I also don't want to use my own games, so here we are. Alright, we're at the main menu. Let's see if it boots. So we can probably put that down a little bit. Yeah, the game also installed fine. I didn't notice any slower than any other system I've installed it on. So, yeah, I don't think that there's an issue with the laser. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe when Goodwill tested it, they used like a bad disc or something. But remember like how we were saying that sometimes I get these and they're perfectly working? I think that's what we have here. So that's great. Minimal amount of work. I mean, it's loading everything just fine. So let's go test the other PS2. So before we plug this in and boot it up to see if it works, just kind of a little thing I wanted to mention about this. So after I unwrap this one and then put it down on the floor to grab the last PlayStation, I noticed that there were a lot of creepy crawly legs on my bench that I had to vacuum up. So I think this one might have a bug infestation. Now, my theory actually might be that this was stored in the basement rather than it being a bug-infested house. Because if I smell it, like by the vents, it's got that like kind of basement, crawl space, musty smell. So I think this was stored somewhere and then bugs obviously made their home in there. So who knows what we're going to find when we open this one up. So, or if this is even going to boot. So let me plug this in and then bring it right back. All right, so we have a red light, so that's a good start. Let me plug in the USB, which those ports are absolutely gross. All right, here goes nothing. Ugh, that does not sound good. There's clearly a disk drive issue. Probably because maybe it's so grimy. I don't know. This one I think might also be factory reset. It's taking an awful long time to boot. Ah, shoot. Cannot start. The appropriate system storage was not found. Alright, well, maybe there's a bad hard drive in this thing. Who knows? Let me try something real quick. Well, it's good to keep some things around because I have another hard drive here that I use for testing purposes. So let me throw this in and see if it boots, because then we can find out immediately like what the problem is. Let me just swap these out real quick and yeah. Actually, I don't think there's a hard drive in here, to be honest. Nope, no hard drive. All right, that's fine. That'll certainly explain it now, wouldn't it? But there's also missing the hard drive screw. At least it's nice that they included the hard drive cover. Usually when they pull hard drives from these things, this doesn't come with it. So I always keep a whole bunch of these in stock just in case. Okay, let's try this again. Still with the disk drive, obviously there's an issue there. Try to clean it. Maybe it's just gummed up and the switch is gummed up. Okay. System software cannot be run correctly. Press the PS button to try to restart the system. The system cannot be restored. The system partition of the system storage must be reformatted. You must reinstall the software. Connect storage media that contains update data or version 4.86 or later. Press start and select button at the same time. Oh man, this is gonna take a while. I have this updated, the hard drive, but I don't think it's 4.86. I think it might be a little older. Where's my little update USB? This should be it. I really need to label things better.
A few moments later.
All right, so it's got to do this for a while, so I'll bring it back when we actually are somewhere. All right, progress. So I guess the version I had on the thumb drive was 4.90. I think there's a couple more versions that have come out since then, so I'll have to double check that and maybe update it. Okay, so I guess it's just going to be installing updates. All right, so this is going to take a while, so yeah, I'll just bring it back when we're at the home screen where we can actually do something. Okay, so the first thing I do notice about this system when it's running is the fan is loud. And let me bring you in on this. I hope the microphone picked that up, but yeah, I don't know if that got... Oh, now it's screaming. Listen to that. So we definitely have some kind of a thermal issue going on here. My guess is it might just be so full of crap in there that that's just how it's going to be. So yeah, we definitely got some issues with this. All right, so I might end up losing this disc. I might not. I might take it. Who knows? Let's see what happens. Actually, I think there's a disc already in there. It's not taking it. Okay, so I'm on the back here. I want to see if I can get a disc out of this drive. So to get at it, okay, good, that didn't break. We have to get into this hole. There should be a screw to turn to remove said disc. And I believe you go counterclockwise here to get the disc out. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, just for funsies. Let's just go clockwise, but clockwise should move the disc in, but it doesn't seem like we got anything there. Okay, so clearly we have a busted disk drive on this as well as a myriad of other issues. So, all right, so let me get my notes in on this and then we'll be right back. All right, so yeah, I don't think I did half bad on these three. With what I paid for the lot, just selling one of these should put me in the profit margin. So it's great because this one here, minimal work needs to be done just to clean, and then out the door it goes. This one spot definitely needs a lot of love. So we got to figure out what's going on with the disk drive, and then we also got to figure out why those fans are screaming, which I think I might know why. When this thing was howling, it was filling up my whole living room with that musty smell that I was smelling. So the inside of this thing is not going to be pretty, and that could explain why that fan was screaming. So deep clean on this is going to need to be done, and who knows what else. And then on this guy, we had just a general hardware failure that we have to figure out. Does the processor need to be rebulbed? Do the caps need to be replaced? Is there maybe a power issue? I don't know. So we're gonna have to figure that out. So let me know in the comments section below which of these three you want to see worked on. And yeah, so thank you so much for coming along with me on this. Like, share, subscribe, and all that good jazz, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye for now.